Good afternoon, everybody from Northern Ireland. It's wee Paddy from across the shock here. Quick video today. There's been a few people in my last video, my last video, I asked if anybody would like to see my little pocket E.D.C pouches to give me a shout and I would do a video. And a few of you did. So here it comes. This is the little pocket E.D.C pouches that I carry. I'm not one for filling my pockets full of rubbish. I hate things lying loose in my pocket, except for change. I don't mind a bit of change in it, but I don't like keeping knives and flashlights lying on the bottom of my pocket. So what I've done was, my wife has just started sewing. She literally just got sewing machine at Christmas there, and she started making wee things for me. And look, we're at the beginning of it, and most of them are primitive, but they do the job, and that's the important thing. And I'm proud of her. She's doing really well. But what I've done is, I see people with these leather goods that are beautiful looking, that they keep stuff in. They keep a pen and a lighter and whatever, but they're so expensive. I can't afford that sort of thing. So what I do instead is, we got it's some black. I'm trying to think what you would call it. It's material we had off a gazebo. And we cut the side of the gazebo all up, and we've made wee things for it. I've made stuff from a bushcraft and that out of it. But these are little pocket ECDs. These just carry the things that I would carry on a daily basis. I have my big knife. Always have my big knife. That's my baby there. I missed her. I haven't carried her for a while because I've been doing knife testing this week. So it's nice to get her back on the table. And then I'll always carry a little small one. This is my little flick one. So I'll always have a secondary knife to cut bits of tape, to cut bits of cord, anything at all, rather than use my big blade. As you know, that's my philosophy. Always have a small knife to do as much as you can, and it leaves your big blade sharp. This will open packages. It'll do all sorts. It'll even cut up cardboard if it's small enough. So there we go. And then another thing I always carry, this is a USB flashlight, which is great. It's small, and this would be an E.D.C pouch. This little small one here would be for daily use around the house, maybe, where I don't need a whole lot of big stuff. I know I can recharge this because I'm at home. I have solar chargers and all sorts, so there's no problem at home. And then I also keep a small lighter in it. Okay, so this little pouch here is just basically more for home. I'll leave this stuff out of the way because I don't need it. It's just 3 individual pockets measured to fit small things. Now, if I wanted something, I'll show a wee measurement actually of this. I don't know whether anybody's really interested in making things like this. I mean, I much prefer something that's handmade than something that you go out and buy, to be honest with you. That's about 9 centimeters or 3.5 inches long. And that slips the bottom of my pocket. It's nearly too small, that one, but when I'm around the house, maybe in joggers, this will just slip in. And I love, even around the house, I love carrying my E.D.C because it's just a habit. And if you're in the habit, you always have it. Because sure as goodness the day you go out without it is the day you really need it. And it could be an emergency. So there's the smaller one. And then what I've done is we then went up a size. And this one, I'll show you, I'll tell you the size of this one. This one is nearly 4 inches across. 10 centimeters. Doesn't sound like much bigger, but I can get much bigger gear into this. If we go through that, I have my lovely night core tip in there, which again is another USB charger. This is more for around the house, close to home, where I know I can get a charge if I need to. But again, if I was going to go anywhere, I've got the wee solar panels, not the solar panels, the wee USB charging stations that I can plug that into. A bigger lighter this time, maybe for more heavier use. And then I swapped this little pen. This is one of the wee extendable pens. I swapped this between this and the other wee pouch. It fits in both, but it is so handy to take with you, to have a pen with you. And then I have a knife. Now, that's quite extensive to carry. You've got 4 things. It's all in a little pouch. It sits in the bottom of my left-hand pocket. And to be honest with you, I don't notice it. I don't feel it. Now, maybe if I had thin trousers on, I might feel it a little bit. But to be honest, I wear jeans most of the time anyway. So we'll take this lot away. And I say it's exactly the same principle. It's just three pockets, and my wife just measures out what I want in it. She measures out, sews them up the side, the middle there, and that's it. The tops are just stitched and folded over. There's nothing glamorous about it, but then again, it's in my pocket. I'm not going to go in somewhere and take it out and set it on the table. It stays in my pocket until I need something, and then it's pull it out, take one thing out, put it back in my pocket. As all tools go, if you leave your tools, and I count this as part of my toolkit, if you leave your tools lying down at any time, there's a chance of forgetting them. So when I take something out, put it back in my pocket, use the tool, take it out, put it back in, put it in my pocket. And I know I'm probably teaching a million people. I only got 200 subs. That's going to be quite difficult. Just over 200 subs to suck eggs. But it's just, to me, it's so important. E.D.C is one of those things that it's so important. It's so easy said. And everybody says, I carry this and I carry that. And if you were to stop them in the street, as nothing fancy does, and ask them what they've got, as sure as damn it, they've got next to nothing. Because they forgot that day. And maybe they did just forget that day, but it is always that day that you need it. So I'm probably going over ground for anybody that watches, these sort of channels. It's just old ground. But there's not a lot of new people about. I'm hoping this will be something that just keeps things from cluttering up the bottom of their pockets. I can have this all in my pocket with those. Like there's 4 of them, all in that. That would be lying in the bottom of my pocket. It's in a little folder. And now my phone, I can slip my phone into the pocket. And because all of them are covered by this material, it won't damage my phone. Do you know what I mean? I don't have to have a cover on my phone. I can just throw it in. And that's another handy part about it, because I do like having my phone in my front pocket. I'm not very good with stuff in my back pocket. So there we go. That's the second one. Now, the next one is my fancy one that my wife done yesterday for me. I've just started to collect up some, now, maybe my fancy's not other people's. I've just spent £18 on a lighter. It's one of those arc lighters. And I'm starting, some of the kids got me stuff for Father's Day, like bullet pens and things like that. But I've got them all in one colour. And until I finish, I have another one thing I'm waiting on. I'm not going to show the contents of this, because I'll do a separate video on this one, because this is my posh one. This is what I'm going out, and I want to be fully operational, if you like. Fully operational here. And yes, they look at me, but I'm not going. This one is made with leather, which is lovely. And my wife done this one yesterday. And I think you can see the difference between what she was doing, a few months ago, because I've had these for months, to now. It's a lovely bit of leather sewn. It's sewn all the insides. It's just lovely. So I'm not going to show you what's in it. What I can tell you will be in it, there'll be a lighter, there'll be a torch, and there'll be a knife. Well, I'm saying that. A lighter, pen, and I'm going to carry a smaller knife in the bottom of my right-hand pocket when I've got this, because in here I've got the torch is a battery torch, and I've 2 spare batteries for it. It's a AAA torch with 2 spare batteries. So that means I have lots of power that will last me a long time if I need it. So this is going out either for what could end up being a long time or a weekend away. I've got everything I need. Or if I'm going into the woods, just so as I have extra gear. The torch to me is important. The knife's important. I mean, of light and fire, and if I want to leave a wee note behind to tell my wife that I love her before the wolves come and get me. So I just don't know where I get it from. But as you can see, that is lovely. That's really nice. And because these are bendy, when you put them into your pocket, they actually bend round. So they sit comfortably. When you're sitting down, you don't feel it. It's not sticking out. There's no thickness to it really, except for the lighter. The rest are just thin. So I'll show that one once I've got all the stuff in it, because that's going to be my coordinated, very up-to-date patty. So we'll put that one over there. So that's all I really wanted to talk about today, was them wee pouches and how important I think they are. Here's another wee thing that we made. I don't know whether I see people with all these fancy wallets and all that, and that's great. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would buy them without a doubt. But like just at the moment, there we go. What I've done this one up yesterday. I've bits of leather cut here so that I can slip bits of paper in, and they're all singly just put in there so I can write on them, take it out and give it to somebody if it's a telephone number. This is a little elasticated, it's a stick-on that you put on the back of a telephone. You can stick it on so you can carry your credit cards. So I'll put it on the back here, and I have some band-aids in it and some antiseptic wipes, and I can take my credit card with me if I'm going out. I only ever take one with me, and that's it. This was made again, just my wife just running up with a wee bit of leather, and that goes in my back pocket now, and I've now got something to write on, rather than wee bits of paper that I normally have and then lose. So there's another thing. Now, and then your main E.D.C, which is my beauty knife. This is my, I just love this. So I've been very fortunate recently. I've been given a couple of beautiful knives. You still always have your wee one that you love, and I love this one. So I'm gonna put that away for now, and I'm gonna bring this forward, because little did you know that an innocent little rock, and it's a bit of old slate, and I found it yesterday, and I'm going to hold it up and I'm going to let you see what it's like. It's not flat. It's by no means carved or rubbed on sandpaper or anything done to it. It was from a rock garden that somebody has just made with bags of this stuff to fill in. Now, what I've done is I picked it up, and this is a sort of, I want to find out where my channel's going to go and what to do next. Just different wee things. I don't know when I'll do it. But what I thought was, if I lifted this, and I wanted to show you it in the state that it's in, and before I would do anything, I'll show you it again, because I don't know if it'll work. Again, it's along that E.D.C ethics, everyday carry. If you've got a knife with you, I don't carry a sharpener or stuff. Well, I do have in my other packs, I have a sharpener, but on an everyday basis, just going to the shops, I don't take a knife sharpener with me. Maybe it's something I need to think of, but I want to know if I can sharpen a knife on a little bit of slate or stone that I find on the ground. Can I get a workable edge? So what I thought I would try and do was, again, like my last video, I'll blunt the knife in front of you here, and then I'll try to sharpen it on here, and we'll have a little chat while I'm doing it to see if I could get a working edge. I'm not going to get an edge I wouldn't have thought that I could cut telephone paper, but I just want to see if I can get a working edge on it. And for the simple fact is, we all never know where we are, where we're going to be, and when we're going to need our knife. I mean, I could be mountain climbing, fall down a hole, and have to cut my arm off. That can happen. I've seen it in the films. So, but I want to know if I can sharpen the knife with a stone. Okay? Now, if you'd be interested in that video, would you let me know? Because if not, there's no point in me doing it if nobody's really interested in it. I just thought it was a nice wee challenge, and I want to do a few bit more E.D.C challenges about starting fires, what I use, what I would carry to make sure that I can start a fire at any time. And when I leave the house, I always have something, barring the lighter. I have the lighter, but I always have something else to start a fire. 2 is 1, 1 is nothing. I have that principle for nearly everything. So if you'd be interested to see whether that would work, it's no cutting. It's just going to be a straight video. Let me know down below. And just thank you so much. Again, I'm over the moon. I'm over 200 subs, which is just, to me, I just can't believe people would watch me or listen to me talk and tripe for that long. And I really do appreciate it. And I really have enjoyed the community. I'd met, all right, it's not face to face, but I've met so many lovely people. I've met a lot of generous people who, for no other reason than just to help a wee channel like mine out, have donated stuff that's just beyond my wildest dreams. So to them, they all know who they are. I'm not going to go through names. They know exactly who they are. I thank them, and I thank you for getting me over the 200. And I'm going to do a giveaway, but I'm not going to do a giveaway, to be honest, till about 500 subs. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. I live in Northern Ireland, so if I put a knife up and have to post it across to America, it'll cost me a fortune. So, the knife's not going to be great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save up. I was talking to somebody the other day. I'm going to start a wee jar where I stick pounds in. And when I get to 500 subs, I'm going to put an Amazon voucher. I'm going to give people the choice. They can have an Amazon voucher. They can have the money on a PayPal account. Or if they want me to order them a knife from somewhere, they give me the knife that they want me to order. I'll order it and get it sent to their address. whatever along them lines. So 500 subs, that's my plan to do that, where I can give a half decent present away, because I want to be able to. Most of my subscribers are American, so or Canadian, or they're not in the UK, so the postage and package is a nightmare. So what I want to do is to be able to give them a cash prize that they can go and spend on something they want and not something I pick, because to me it's just, I know money sometimes isn't the answer, but for me, I believe it's better than sending a $30 knife that's going to cost $30 to get to wherever you live. What's the point when you can have $60 and go buy yourself a better knife? So that's not the prize actually, but it'll be better than that. Hopefully, depends on how many pounds I put in the jar. It could be £5. You never know. But there we go. That's it for today. If you would like me to do the stone sharpening with a rock, let me know. If not, we'll think of something else to do. But I think a wee E.D.C themed run along with my normal show on knives. I've been testing knives this week. So at the end of this week, there'll be knife review coming back again. And that's about it. Okay, I've waffled enough. This is what you got. When I've got this one done and filled up with the stuff that I want, my color coordinated E.D.C pouch, I'll show you that. That'll be about a 2-minute video, but I'm excited because I've built this up and I'm looking forward to it. So there we go. All the very best to you. Take care, Paddy. Bye.